Hello and welcome to this course where we learn how to develop an animated logo template and customize it. Go to Project window and right-click New Composition. We'll call it Logo Reveal and use the preset HDTV 1080 2927 FPS. Then see how automatically the measurement has already been applied, and in the duration we put 6 seconds. Press OK. Let's right-click on the timeline, New Solid, and create a background with this color code 1374D7. Press OK. In this case, as an example, I'm giving the codes, but later you can customize it. We'll block this background, click on the padlock, and start with our animation, creating the ellipses that you saw animated in the preview. The first thing we'll do is go to our ellipse tool and double-click. See how automatically an ellipse of the size of the whole composition has been created. Make sure that it's in the shape layer, and here in contents we can see the ellipse. Let's click to see the measurements. We see that it is 1020 by 1080. Press Alt and double-click on this chain and see how now it has been adjusted equally in width and height. Click and type 423 pixels. And here we have the necessary measurements for our animation. Press the S key to see the scale. Add a keyframe by clicking on the stopwatch at the start, frame 0. Go to 20 and here we place another keyframe. Press Ctrl, Shift and D to cut, or we could also go to Edit, press Split Layer, and this deletes the parts we have cut. Now I'll change the name by pressing Accept, Ellipse 01. I'll select both keyframes and right-click Keyframe Assistant Easy Ease. I'm going to use my plugin Ease and Whiz. If you don't have it, check out my tutorial where I show you how to install and use it. Select the scale, put an easing elastic, type out and press Apply. Now we'll put 0% in scale for the beginning. Let's preview and see this animation. Change the fill color of this ellipse. Press the fill and enter 083440. Now we have that ellipse. Let's press Ctrl D to duplicate the ellipse, and now we have ellipse 02. Press U and advance it to frame number 3. Change the color of this ellipse to 03AFFF. Press OK and pre-visualize. Now we'll press Ctrl D again to duplicate. Press the U and advance it until frame 10. We'll use the same color, but in this case, on the second keyframe, ellipse 3, we'll put 120% on the scale. Ctrl D again, press U and advance it until frame 15. Change the color code 1374D. But for these keyframes of the ellipse 3 scale, we'll change the easing to Expo. Apply, and in ellipse 4, we'll also select the scale. See how the frames were already selected. And in easing, Expo, type out. Apply and preview the result. See how it already appears, and then it's like an explosion that makes the ellipses disappear. Maybe we can increase here one more frame in the time of each layer. That's fine. Now we're going to duplicate the ellipse for the last time. Select ellipse 4 and press Ctrl D. Again U and advance this ellipse until frame 7. But we are going to increase its duration in the composition until the end. The second keyframe of this ellipse will be frame 27, but we'll change the scale to 100%. In the beginning it's at 0%. Change the color to white. The scale will have the easy and width and easing elastic. We see how the code has already been automatically changed. Out elastic. Press U and now let's preview. Excellent. Now we have to change the color to be able to differentiate it, and I'll name it Logo Ellipse. Because this white ellipse will contain the logo, I'll press U to close, hide the keyframes, and now we'll create a composition for our logo. Right-click on the project window, New Composition, and I'll name it Logo Here. It's important that we do it as a composition. So here we change the size, 300 pixels by 300 pixels, and press OK. This will depend on what type of logo you use, but for this example, you can use the same measurements that I have and follow the project. Now we're going to drag the Freepik logo. Press the S key to show scale, and we're going to reduce it more or less like this. In this case, I want this logo to be the same color as the background. Having selected the logo, go to Effect, Generate, Fill. And I'll select the color of the background. I can because the Freepik logo is a single color. So I'll put 1374D7. If you're using a different logo, maybe it will be a little different. But if your logo only has one color, you can use this technique. Let's go to the composition Logo Reveal and import the Logo Here composition right at the top of the Logo Ellipse layer. And let's see this. Press U. We need to be with the timeline, after the full animation of the scale, and we'll parent the layer, Logo Here, clicking on this whirlpool icon and dragging it to the Logo Ellipse layer. Remember that our timeline has to be after the keyframes, because if not, you'd have a problem parenting it. Now when we pre-visualize, we see this. The scale is automatically parented to the Logo Here composition. If you wanted to change the logo, in Logo Here, you could rotate the Freepik logo and see how this change appears in Logo Reveal. Ctrl Z to undo. Right-click in the project window, New Composition, to place the text for the logo. 550 pixels width by 100 pixels height. Press OK. And again, this is going to depend on the type of logo that you have. What if you have a logo that needs to be taller? Well, then simply right-click, Settings, and increase the height here. In this case, we'll set it at 100 pixels and I'll import the text here. Drag it to the timeline. Click on the Transparency Grid button and press the S key to see the scale and reduce it more or less around 49%. Now I want my text to be white so that it matches my background. Here in the composition, we'll change its name by right-clicking and going to Settings, then write text here. Select the image of the text and go to Effect, Generate, Fill and make it white. OK. Now in the logo reveal composition, we'll drag this composition. Place it just below the ellipses. And make it start from second 1, frame 18. Press S to see the scale and press Shift P so that the position appears. Click on the stopwatches to create keyframes. Go to seconds 2:10 and place the other keyframes. For now, we'll hide the text composition because we need to make a small adjustment in logo ellipse. Press U. What we'll do here is create some more keyframes. As you saw in the preview, the animation is still going to continue. Go until second 1, frame 2, 1, 2, and place another keyframe of the same value in scale. We're not going to change its percentage. The animation might be a bit slow here because we applied the Easy and Whiz elastic. As the frames are affected by this expression, although between 100% and 100% there aren't any changes. There's a small elastic animation here. Now go to 113 and put 115% on the scale. And then add 25, 85%. Shift P for the position. And see how this keyframe is at the same height. We'll click and at the end 2. Here we're going to make it go up. It's at 540. We put minus 100, so it would be 440. See how it's gone up now? Select both position keyframes, right-click, Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease. Having selected my position keyframes from in the ellipse logo, I'll go to Easing Expo, type Out, and Apply. And then let's preview. Our animation looks great. Very well, continuing with our animation of the text. We'll click on the eye so it can be seen, and here in the final part we are going to modify again on the y-axis. Downwards, leave it more or less around here, 710. Select both keyframes, right-click, Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease. Since we have position and scale selected, we again add an expression of the Easy and Whiz plugin. easing Expo and type out, press apply. At the beginning, we are going to put the scale to 0% and preview. Great! In the next lesson, we are going to learn how to create those explosions as lines that appear around the logo. See you there!